Welcome back, crime fighters. It's time for another edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted, the program where you get to help make Calhoun County a better and safer place by helping this guy lock up the bad guys. Sheriff Matthew Wade, good to see you, Sheriff.
Always good to be on the show, Chris. You know, they've never let us down. 4 arrests this week brings our count up to a big total of 4,230 people put in jail, all because somebody was willing to get involved.
And we'll have some more people that need your help. We need your help locating coming up in just a few minutes, and also some other people that we're a little bit concerned about that we'll be talking to here in just a few minutes. So they seem like trouble, but some Girl Scouts that are going to be joining us.
You know, questionable.
Questionable, yeah.
Questionable.
Speaking of kids, by the way, school starts back tomorrow.
Well, my kids started today. Today was my daughter's senior year, so I've done warned her I'll be crying every time there's something going on this year. I've done warned her that I'll be crying. Today was her last day of school. So.
Yeah, different schools start at different days, but Calhoun County schools, it's today, isn't it?
Calhoun County schools started today, and so, you know, when your child is a senior, it's kind of upsetting. So.
I've got one there too.
I understand.
Starts tomorrow, so that'll be a fun day. The last time we'll take that off to school picture.
There you go.
Of course, it's very important that now we're going to see those school buses back out on the streets every day, and we need to make sure that we're careful for the kids that are waiting for those buses and getting off of those buses, and that we watch out for the buses themselves every day. We've got a video to help you understand how you should act around school buses.
Warning: this video contains footage that should be disturbing to all viewers. The children you just saw are miraculously okay. But as students are beginning a new school year, Calhoun County Crime Stoppers wants to make sure that all drivers know what the law says about stopping for school buses, why the law exists, and what will happen if you break the law. In Alabama, if a school bus is loading or unloading passengers, drivers approaching from either side must stop until the driver of the school bus returns the stop sign. The exception is when you are on the opposite side of a 4-lane highway that has a divider. Assistant DA Randy Moeller explains what happens to drivers who violate the school bus safety law. The penalties increase with each conviction.
They'll have to come to court and pay a fine of anywhere from $150 to $300, plus court cost, which in our county runs about $250. So you'll be paying a minimum of $400 for your first offense. Second offense, you'll have to show up in court. You'll pay a fine of at least $300 and up to $500 plus court cost, which will run you total about $550 to $750. Additionally, you'll have to do at least 100 hours of community service and lose your license for a period of 30 days. For the third offense, your fine increases. Again, a minimum of $500 up to $1,000. Your community service hours increase as well. You have to do at least 200 hours of community service, and additionally, you will lose your license for a period of 90 days. On your fourth offense, you're now a felon. You have a minimum fine of $1,000. You lose your license for a period of 1 year, and you're facing 1 year and a day up to 10 years in prison.
And that's assuming no child was actually injured. So now you know the law, and you know the risks. Please drive safely, watch out for school buses, and share this video so that all drivers will know.
That's tough to look at, isn't it?
It is tough to look at. You know, barring all of the trouble you can get into the legal system, having to live with yourself is something that is even a worse punishment.
Pay attention. Watch out for those kids.
Absolutely.
All right, we need to take a quick break. We will be right back with some kids and the first half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. All right, let's get started with this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Up first, Trenton Tucker of Oxford, wanted on a failure to appear warrant for use and possession of drug paraphernalia. Rita Poles of Anniston, wanted on a failure to appear warrant for interfering with domestic violence emergency. William Kelly of Oxford, wanted on a probation revocation for domestic violence, third-degree harassment. Thomas Bird of Oxford, wanted on a failure to appear warrant for second-degree possession of marijuana. Julia Beam of Ohatchee, wanted on theft of property, first-degree motor vehicle. Tanya Marler of Weaver, wanted for failure to pay for third-degree theft of property. Robinetta Wiggins of Tarrant is wanted for failure to pay for attempted possession of a controlled substance. If you have any information about these cases, please call Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414, and we'll have some more people to add to this list coming up in just a few minutes. All right, we are back on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. We'll have some more bad guys for you here in just a few minutes. But right now, Sheriff, we got some Girl Scouts joining us.
Man, I tell you what, when the Girl Scouts come with cookies.
Yeah, what cookies did you bring us?
None.
It's not
And
cookie
that's,
season.
I think that might be,
All right,
that might
cut.
be against the,
Cut. We're not doing this. No cookies.
It's not cookie season.
It's always cookie season. Look at us. Does it look like it's not cookie season?
I have my own membership. Kind of like when you donate blood, they give you like a 1-gallon card. I got like a card that says how many cookies I've had.
Yeah, there you go. You know, the cookies are great because they help pay for a lot of the activities that you girls do and help some girls get involved in Girl Scouts that otherwise wouldn't be able to. So it's awesome. You probably, though, get tired of hearing about the cookies sometimes, don't you? Because Girl Scouts is about a lot more than cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Including, yeah, I know you've recently been up at Washington, D.C. Don't be too proud of yourself. They have too.
Well, I thought I saw them somewhere before.
Were you at the White House with the sheriff?
No.
But we did go to the White House.
Cool. So tell us about that trip.
It was so much fun. Like, we got to tour the White House. We got to see like the Vietnam Wall. We got to like tour like a lot of different things, and we just got to see the whole city and like what it's more than just DC. It's a lot more than just DC.
How long were you up there?
Maybe we left Thursday and then we came back on Monday, so maybe the whole weekend. But then a couple years back, we stayed there for a big trip.
Wow. So you've been a couple of times to the nation's
Yeah.
capital. Okay,
Yeah.
just brag, why don't you? All right. What was more fun, lobbying congressmen or summer camp?
Summer camp.
Summer camp.
It didn't take long to answer that, did
I
they?
could answer that one.
So where do you go to summer camp?
Camp KPC.
KPC.
What does that stand for?
Oh,
That's all right. It doesn't matter. What do you do at summer camp? I think we can see some of the things that you've done with the patches that you've got here, right?
so what you do is they divided you, like they divide the older girls with the younger girls, and then they lodge you with some other girls, and you're cabbing with 2 other girls, and it's all for, it's like you're at home, you get a shower, you get beds, you have stuff. So for what we did, there's choices in between the lake, which is boating, high ropes, which I did. We did also theater, us too. And then we put on a play, Annie, and we had all the parents watch that and the other girls watch that. And it was really fun because you met a lot of new girls there that you didn't know, and then you just kind of connect with them about what's gone on at. You talk about your family, and then what you do at camp, and then what you do at Girl Scouts, and then you just want to continue on.
Making some lifelong friends. Do you keep in touch with any of the girls from the other troops?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's cool. Sheriff, you went to camp as a youngster, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Actually, I got an honor camper in 1980,
Nice.
so I still have that.
To me, you kind of feel like a different person when you come back from camp. The experiences that you have, it's so impactful that you feel like you've changed a little bit. Was that true for you girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you don't want to leave. It's just like
No,
you can do
you
home.
just want to have like so much fun with like all these girls.
All right. Now, I understand that if you're a Girl Scout, one of the highest things that you can achieve is the Gold Award.
Yes.
Y'all working towards that?
Yes.
Yes.
What kind of progress have you made so far? What have you got to do to reach that level?
Well, I still need to have an idea because this is going to be my first year as like the level that I can actually get my gold award. So I'm just like on the idea stuff.
All right. You haven't declared your major yet. All right.
No.
For me, what I want to do when I'm older is teaching. And so what I thought I would do is go to my old elementary school I went to, but I have to get permission from the school board, so I still have to talk to him. And what I do is want to start a kindergarten camp. So for kids that are going into kindergarten, know what the rules are and what to do, so they're not so shy and about it.
Cool. I like that. And so you girls plan on staying with the Girl Scouts through high school?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Well, good luck with that.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure you'll do well, and maybe you'll go back to Washington, D.C. 4 or 5 more times. Maybe I'll get to go with you one of these days.
You know, I could probably get them to ask for some things I need. It'd be harder to tell them no than me.
You need to take them up there
I need to take
and
them
meet
with
with
me.
some congressmen.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we're going to meet at least, I think you're going to stick with us. We're going to meet another Girl Scout here in just a moment. When we come back, we'll also have the second half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. And it's time for the second half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Clayton Brown of Jacksonville is up next, wanted on a failure to appear warrant for burglary, 3rd degree. Teresa Pierce of Anniston, wanted for harassing communications. Fedrian Perry of Anniston, wanted for passing multiple bad checks. Nathan Johnson of Jacksonville, wanted for harassing communications. Rebecca Perry of West Blockton, wanted on assault 3rd degree charges. Simeon Howard of Anniston, wanted for violating the Sex Offender Registration Notification Act. If you have any information about these cases, please, Crime Stoppers is the number to call, 256-238-1414. We want your information, not your name, and you could get a cash reward of up to $1,000. All right, we still got the Crime Stoppers segment of the show coming up in just a few minutes. We'll talk about some property crimes that hopefully you can help us solve, and we'll have our Crazy Criminal of the Week. But we've got to talk with some more Girl Scouts, Sheriff.
You know, still looking for cookies. It's kind of like an Easter egg hunt. I've kind of been searching under desks and looking for cookies. I just, you know.
Kylie's joining us now along with Anna. So Kylie, did you bring us any cookies?
No, it's not cookie season yet.
Have you even gone through a cookie season yet? You're brand new in the Girl Scouts.
I've been through 2 cookie seasons.
Okay, so you're not brand new, but you're newer. What made you decide to join the Girl Scouts?
To figure out more about Girl Scouts.
Mm-hmm. And what have you found out so far?
They do a lot of trips. We do a lot of social things around Anniston, Oxford, and Birmingham.
You know, my mother was she was a Girl Guide, actually. She grew up in London, and they may have changed it now, but at the time they were the Girl Guides there, but it was the same organization basically. And you know, she grew up in a single parent home in London right after World War II. They used to pick up coal beside the road, so they'd have something that fell off the truck, so they'd have something to keep them warm. Yeah, a lot of challenges, but being in the Girl Guides, she credited that a lot with moving her forward in life, and she left from there and went to become a professional secretary with the European Space Agency and accomplished some other great things, including raising the finest young man ever, my brother.
Your brother is a good guy.
Yeah. But, so, yeah. It does make a difference in a lot of lives, and is there anything in particular that you're hoping to get out of Girl Scouts, or are you just in it to see what happens?
I'm just in it to see what happens.
All right, well, what is going to happen this summer? Or this summer's over, but coming up in the fall and the rest of the year and moving.
We have nothing planned yet.
Nothing?
Not yet.
We still have to wait for like that first little meeting.
Yeah, so we can plan everything.
Okay, so you guys are involved in the planning then?
So we're like so we all do what we want to do. So we just don't do what like.
Mm-hmm. And it's not just taking trips. You do some community service events as well, right?
Yes.
Tell me about some of those.
Well, one of them, it wasn't this year, but I think we did it last year. We went out and helped an animal shelter. That was really, really fun.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was
That's
fun.
nice.
So anybody, you know, I go to animal shelter, I want to take every one of them home with me, so I have to have adult supervision go with me so I don't leave with extra animals that my wife would not appreciate. So did anybody leave with an extra animal, or did you have to fight it off?
No, we just had to fight it off.
I understand.
Yeah, the badges have changed over the years. When my mother was doing it, I don't think they had a cybersecurity badge, but you've got that now.
It's a new one.
It's a newer
What
one.
are some of the cool new badges that you can get that are up to date? Do you have a Fortnite badge?
No.
No, sir.
Please, no.
Well, we don't really know yet.
Don't really know yet.
We
Okay.
haven't really talked about them.
We don't know the new
Just
badges yet.
What about any girls that are watching the show right now that are thinking, yeah, I wonder if I want to be a Girl Scout? What would you tell them?
Do it, because
Yeah.
it's just so much fun. You're going to meet so many new people. You're going to do so many new things. Because before I joined Girl Scouts, I was like, yeah, I'm never going to go to Washington, D.C. I've been there twice. And I'm never going to, be able to see a powwow or do anything of, the stuff that I have done. And it's just so much fun, and you can make so much experiences, and you're going to meet really good people. And they're all just, loving.
The world gets a little bit bigger and smaller at the same time, right? There's more out there, but more able to get out there and sample it. Isn't that nice?
Yes.
Now, while you were in Washington, did you do the Smithsonian Space and Flight Museum?
We didn't get time. No.
Okay, you got to go back. They got to go back. All right, go back when you can go with the sheriff and you can do some lobbying and you can help him get some funding for new jail and all these other things that we need.
We can't promise that.
Yeah,
I understand.
Bring those cookies. Yeah, but your wife would tell, no, don't bring the cookies.
Well, what she didn't know, it didn't have to hurt her. You know, I like the chocolate ones with the peanut butter. Those are just for future reference. Those.
Tagalongs?
Oh yeah, that's it.
Now, if people are interested in finding out more about the Girl Scouts, here specifically with this area, you're the North Central Alabama group, right? So Girl Scouts NCA/join.
Yeah.
Nice, easy website. You can go there, you can find out all the information you need and get involved, and from there, who knows where you go. Maybe Washington, D.C., maybe summer camp, maybe both of those and lots more.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Anna, Kylie, thank you very much. I hope you choose some excellent activities for your upcoming year.
Thank you.
All right. And the sheriff and I will have an activity when we come back telling you about the crazy criminal of the week on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. And it's time for the Crime Stoppers segment of the program. We only have one crime that we're featuring this week. Of course, there are other crimes in the county, and don't think that we don't care about any crimes that have affected you. We are working on everything that's been reported to the office. But this crime we want specifically to point out, between August 2nd and August 6th, a home located on Highway 144 was burglarized. Forced entry caused a door to be shattered. Stolen included a television, some military uniforms, a vacuum cleaner, a Ryobi tool set, and miscellaneous power tools. If you have any information on this or other crimes, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Sheriff, a lot of times we'll try to have a picture or some video to go with our crazy criminal of the week. I apologize this week, I do not have any.
You've been giggling.
It's probably a good thing that we don't have any.
People think that I know what this is before you tell me, but you've been giggling. I feel like I'm being set up. I'm just telling you.
A guy in his car is approached apparently by a naked man wielding a sword.
Wasn't me.
No. So I'm glad we don't have any video to show for that.
Yep.
And I would encourage you to not go and try to find the video. If you Google naked man sword, it's not going to be what you want.
All of that gets you in trouble.
No.
I mean, all of that.
Yeah. You just never know what you're going to encounter as a peace officer, do you?
And unfortunately, there's plenty of times we come across people that, for whatever reason, aren't dressed. But we encourage everybody to wear clothes.
Yeah,
so.
you do. And if you want to get naked, I imagine they get a chance when they're brought into the jail, don't they?
Yeah, everybody gets strip searched when they come in, but even there, we encourage you to wear clothes. Right. Clothes makes everything better. So
that's all the time that we have for this week. We'll be looking for you again next week, but hopefully not in the lineup or in the Google results on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
I like that.